They went down from the village of Pixie Boule Riders, then, went to the Oracle, learned stuff, completed a quest by going up to the Eldritch Isles, returned from the Eldritch Isles back to the Oracle, had a little chat, and then made their way to Southern Stronghold. But on the road down there, with the Stronghold still in sight on the horizon, I say horizon, it's quite flat and a little bit marshy there, so it's visible for most of that whole defined, central area. Just pull it there on this map again, I suppose. You came across it looked more like an invasion force, frankly, run by a very familiar and much healthier looking figure, Grand Knight Varia. However, their little train came to a stop upon seeing you guys, and she, essentially ordered her people to make a pit stop, set up for food, because she had some very important discussions to have with you, especially since you guys have become somewhat infamous.
I like to prefer to think of it as famous in alternative circles.
Some of us more than others.
Yep. And so, Thyri the Conqueror, the demon wolf, married to the Jarl. At some point, I will give you a collection of the different identities by which you are known.
Do your best, Karl Marx.
Yeah. But, they set up a temporary camp. They pull out at least, one tent. Most of their stuff is still set up on, the caravan train. But they pull together a tent and quickly cook you and prepare some food. While you all, sit around the table, there is beer, both light and strong, available and on tap. They will ask you not to let your dog sit at the table there, Jeanette. Very pointedly, I left Hellhound at the back there. Okay.
I feel like as soon as someone said, "Don't let your dog sit at the table," Thyri got really mad because she thought they were talking about Astra, then realized, oh wait, no, Hellhound's here.
No, they mean the Hellhound. Cynthia is sleeping in the carriage because she is the tiredest of all of you after the Eldritch Isle.
Aww.
As is Cynthia's player, who is Rip.
Yep. Yeah, Amxal has just done a circus jump, which I have learned does not involve tight ropes. It instead involves working for an entire day, tearing down the circus, riding to your next setup, putting it all up in the middle of the night, and then starting the day once you're ready to go. So he started at work, let's see here, 11 yesterday and didn't finish until 6 a.m. today.
Brutal.
Yep.
Poor boy.
Thyri Luther King, if she also happened to be a Navy SEAL with 100 confirmed kills.
So I'm just Mr. Rogers now.
The deadliest. Revolutionary terror. Great. But yes, it takes some time for a little bit of food to come out, but when it does, you are surprised at the quality of their travel food. Admittedly, this is obviously the Grand Knight's tent, so they have the means to do so. They have these buckets of fresh Black Isles ice and salted fishes, and they throw that together with rice and effectively put out a sushi platter and ramen bowls for you guys. And for Thyri, it is remembered that you are a vegetarian. A salad bowl was put down for you.
Yay! Thyri looks exceedingly grateful.
Yep. As for everyone else, they're able to eat well. The boars themselves seem to... I mean, they have very, very proper table etiquette, but they definitely serve themselves quite big portions. And for now, they seem content to eat in quiet, unless you would like to speak up and try and initiate the dialogue.
No, I think Thyri at least is content to just, take this moment to just try and calm herself down, Rue, and get her thoughts together.
Sad ruing.
You're already surrounded by all your thoughts. They're together.
Theory, thought patrol.
Oh god, I still need to one day make that album, Thought Crimes.
Oh, I was about to make that joke in chat, damn it.
Yeah, no, it was my rap album. I'll do it at some point. Like, I will legitimately fucking write an album and call it Thought Crimes. I've never tended my lyrical genius to the mic, but I should, obviously. You wonder how much the boar like truffles. I mean, there aren't truffles in a bunch of ramen, so there is that. But there are a couple of big mushrooms, you never know. The rest of the soldiers seem to be, like, eating similarly. Probably less fancy, but, you know, like, rice and fish dishes at their little campfires that they've pulled into being. Yeah. You are all counted now as well-fed. Until your next long rest, you have advantage on the first Constitution save you have to make. But eventually, the peaceful time of eating must be finished. Grand Knight Varia will put down her bowl. It has like one solitary piece of food left in it. In fact, it seems like everyone is doing very much the same thing. And then you can see that the number of soldiers are going around and collecting this, like, quote-unquote, one last remaining bite before collecting them into buckets and heading to the back of the caravan. Anyone is welcome to make a survival test. Figure out why the fuck they do that.
Oh god, I bet it's
or
for
nature,
the tieflings.
actually. No,
Kirsha
okay.
knows everything.
So you know how animals get their master scraps. They have war boars, most likely in one of those carriages back there. And it seems like, you know, it's an appropriate part or maybe a necessary part of training giant war boars that, you know, they directly get to eat the remainders of food as opposed to just be served meals.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, fresh beers are poured into each of the mugs, and then when the keg makes a of being completely tapped, they will return it to a carriage and begin their dialogue. Now then, your lesser theory.
Yes?
I would like to hear your version of the events at Northern Stronghold. We've received a great deal of mixed information, and frankly, none of it is good.
No, I can certainly see how things would not seem good from really any perspective. I'll be the first to admit what happened there was not our intention, nor was it necessarily a... I'll just come out and say it was a, pardon my gobblish, a shit show.
I see.
I'd just like to put it on record that we didn't go up there with the intention of any of that happening. We went up there to continue our group's goal of seeing an end to hereditary tiefling slavery. I received a vision from Hagen saying that their souls are suffering and damned so long as they are held within the bonds of slavery, and so I wish to approach the Jarl of that town to discuss the potential for freeing his slaves, not by force, but through diplomacy and our mutual faith. And then, without my permission, he cast a spell upon me and then decided that I was more tiefling than anything, and he decided to murder me and my companions.
Now, do you believe what you said to be 100% true?
Yes.
Okay. Then instead of deception, please give me a persuasion check.
Alright. Persuadio. I will sure bot my inspiration for this.
Okay. Likewise, you can't get away with guidancing in front of the actual paladins.
No, that would be silly. And I'll take a 19.
Okay, and a 19 is certainly good.
Oh, I could have bardicked.
Inspiration!
That's
Just wiggle your tits at her.
The hypnotization. No, but they got hypnotizing marks on them. You can't use an offensive spell like that. Oh no!
Ah!
It's an assault.
Oh no!
You flash your tits and they're like, assault!
You
Assault,
infect
deadly weapon.
You infect
Stand your ground!
You infect Thyri with the gay.
Oh no, please no. Anything but that.
She's worked really hard to become a Disney princess. Don't spoil it now by giving her a mistress. Okay, let's see here. Also, someone is asking if the boars are Haganites. The boars are a mixture of Hagan and Waylan and Bellatrix.
Varia is Halenite, though, as I recall.
I believe she was Hagan, yes. Her captains are Bellatrix followers, though, Mosea and Marcos.
That's fine.
I remember Thyri giving her the up nod of fellow religious approval.
Yep.
Yee. So
Yeah,
again, like,
so when
no
you-
wonder she like leaned on the like, I got a vision from Hagen, by the way.
Yeah. And the Grand Knight will look to Marshea, who will nod. The Grand Knight will look to you all and go, I apologize if it seems a little disingenuous, but while you were sat there eating, we were setting up a zone of truth.
Oh, that's okay.
And so it is good to know that you did not attempt to bandy about information in poor faith, especially at the dinner table.
Thyri will just smile.
And she will pause to take a pointed glug from her tankard. And then she will take the second tankard next to her, which is also full. It's not the captain's one. She has her own. Grand Knight is drinking from two at once because that's just how she be.
It's a big girl, I
Awesome.
understand.
Also, I'm just going to put it out there. Every time I look at this token, I fucking love the art for it.
Yes,
I really do.
Yeah.
Great big old Red Riding Hood is what
What
that's
to
meant
say?
to be, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the artist.
the
though.
half and
It
half
bothers me,
hair?
but I can't. Yep. Which seemed fitting for someone who had been death cursed. Or poisoned, I think it was. One of those. Death poisoned.
Yeah. Was
It
poison.
sucked for her regardless.
And we helped.
Yes, you're in good standing with her group specifically, but like the rest of Southern Stronghold is like, these guys are invaded tyrants and they're on their way here. Varia, should you see them on the way, deal with it.
We're
Oh,
here
I'll
to be
deal with
dealt
it, alright.
Yeah. So of course what she did was sit you down to dinner and interrogate you, but you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Dealt with, obviously.
Yep.
Well,
We're handled.
then, we will tell you what we know as far as information. And some of it may be incorrect. A group of individuals have gone from place to place throughout this land. Some great circuits, some might say, knocking over various establishments after a brief almost war with the Ashen Holds, no less. Travelled to the north, made your way around, and for a while lost track of you, until a mountain came to life. Everyone here saw that thing, whatever it was, an outline in the darkness and a great column of fire.
Oh,
End times were heralded.
that was just a dragon.
A dragon that I can't help that you called in not long after we learned that Northern Stronghold had fallen, and it must have been just the day before its arrival.
We tried to be far enough away from everyone else that it didn't hurt anything. Or at least did as little damage as possible. If I might interrupt, Grand Knight, that dragon was in the process of... Well, he'd threatened to lay waste to our world if we didn't assist him, and we did our best to make him go away forever.
And also threatened to eat our souls.
Yes, and he is called the Soul Eater, I believe.
But we bartered with him for his solemn vow that he would never through direct action threaten this continent. He was looking for his daughter.
We found her, but she didn't want to go home. She'd apparently married a avatar of, parenthesis, Bellatrix?
Yes.
Bellatrix.
Of Bellatrix. She was a sentient weapon now.
Yep, it's what she sexually identified as. No memes, please.
Literally actually does.
Yeah, literally sexually...
Yeah,
there's a flanged mace. That's
That's
right.
the best line in the whole campaign.
Polish my fucking flanges, you dirty whore.
God, that's so weird. I love it.
Bathe me in the blood of your enemies.
Then talk dirty to me. Oh, you're a filthy little flanged mace, aren't you?
This is weird.
And she will pause and continue. Regardless of your attempts at keeping it uninvolved, it is most likely that its arrival heralded feelings of the end times in Northern Stronghold. And then, not more than a few days after that, we learn of a Tiefling force mobilizing and making its way up to Northern Stronghold in an attempt to rescue annexed Tiefling. It came to a rather bloody battle in the streets. We don't have any idea of fatalities on either side, their amounts thereof, but we are on our way to make sure that Stronghold is seen to.
I do hope you can restore order there, but at least when we left, the Jarl's daughter had been placed in charge and had agreed to free all Tieflings. I do hope at least that isn't a wasted effort on our part.
The Grand Knight will quirk a brow. I can't expect that would be an easy rule to take. I'm not surprised if they would have started a civil war in the moment of your footsteps graced the outside of their gates. You realize that you've effectively tried to turn their entire society upside down, and the tyrants put this other daughter in charge.
With respect, sometimes social orders need to be damaged. Oh, hold on a second. I still have the tongueless Tiefling slaves with me, right?
Technically, yes.
We have several.
Alright, I'm just gonna go get them. Do you like... These were the Jarl's house servants. Every one of them was like this or worse.
And I understand that it's a tragedy. But at the same time, you must see why all of Stronghold is currently a battlefield now.
Yes, I do.
So we're going to go in there and clean up, and we don't know how that's going to resolve itself. It is more than likely that we'll end up taking control of Northern Stronghold. We will see to it that your efforts with the Tieflings are not entirely wasted, of course. I hate to put ourselves in the way of troubles with you, your group, or whoever it is mobilizing small squadrons of Tiefling. But she will stare at you pointedly.
Thyri will just
I
look innocent.
suppose I could ask you how these forces came to being.
I don't know exactly how. I do know that they're called the, I believe, Church of Blood. They seek to emancipate all tieflings too, but they have chosen a much more violent path than we have. Indeed, their actions are what galvanized us to begin our own emancipation efforts, trying through diplomacy and as little conflict as possible. Obviously, it's turned out to be impossible to do it without either, but where they have clearly allowed themselves to revel in that bloodlust, we try to keep it to a minimum. They'll just shake her head sadly. I wish we could reason with them, but they've refused to back down from their position, so we'll try and minimize the damage they can do.
Would you say that you spoke clearly, completely via the truth, or with uncertainties, or with lies?
Thyri didn't lie at all at that point.
Of
I'm
course,
sure
they're smart enough they're smart to tell when someone is very pointedly speaking only the truth that they know. So I added the phrase, "If you have uncertainties about yourself in the statements that I'm making."
No, she didn't say anything she's uncertain about. There was a lie of omission where Thyri started to say, "Oh, they're the people who poisoned you." That was like, no, I'm not going to say that actually." So she pulled back there, but she didn't speak untruthfully.
All right. The Grand Knight will again share another look with her captain, who will shrug, having another mouthful from her mug. I see. Does your group have ties to theirs?
Yes, though, at least in my case, not necessarily voluntary ones.
They have you blackmailed then?
Not quite. Grand Knight, I respect you and I respect your faith. I would very much prefer to keep this matter to myself, but if you insist I tell you, then I will.
She will tuck one gauntleted hand underneath her chin for a moment and ponder. Walk with me into my tent, Yarlessa. It can be kept between the two of us.
I thank you. Thyri will do so.
Yep. It's a quaint enough tent. It's been obviously just propped up to use as a place to serve food out of.
Mm-hmm.
All right then. So what is this connection between yourselves and the church or family of blood?
So a bit of background first. When I was a child, I was taken from my parents by a group of Hagenite paladins. They left me in the woods afterwards, and I raised myself. After that point, I thought my family had been killed. It turned out, no. My mother, Astrid Kunna, is the leader of the Church of Blood. That's likely the only reason we haven't come to blows with them so far. I've done everything in my power to try and persuade her to abandon this course, but she's violently dead set on it. There's nothing I can do to stop her.
And what exactly is this course then? Death to all and to power to tieflings? What?
No. Her intention is freedom for tieflings at any cost. She intends to upset the social order. She wants term limits placed on Jarl's serving. She wants Tieflings to have an equal voice with all others. She wants us Tieflings to lead trade with the Southlands.
Across the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Ambitious. And are these things not what you're progressing towards from the sounds of? I can't help but notice that you've disrupted violently two natural orders thus far.
Yes, but where she is content with unabashed bloodshed, using whatever powers are at her disposal, I've, as I said, tried to keep violence to a minimum. I understand Stronghold was a bit of a shit show, but at Ashen Holds we took the source of all Tiefling slaves, a trio of ancient broodmothers they had kept there for centuries, abused horribly, killing any less than perfect offspring they birthed. We took that from them and gave them their freedom. We haven't done anything else. We've not invaded their lands or damaged their farmlands. That's not what we want. It's not what any of us want.
I'd like to say that
She frowns and crosses her arms. You do
We're not there.
realize how markedly insane it sounds that the reason Ashen Holds attacked you is because you stole a bunch of tieflings from baby murderers?
I would be happy to bring you to meet them. The broodmothers. You can feel the magic around them. Just being in their presence causes pregnancies to accelerate dramatically.
I got little Drago babies.
That's partly concerning, I would think. I suppose it's not an issue for me to worry about personally. I just go where a sword needs to be pointed. Or a giant axe in some cases. What happens when lots of immortal beings birth wildly and out of control? Yarless a theory?
They won't. They've been forcibly impregnated. You might say raped for centuries. What they do now will not be any more... They will not propagate more than any other tiefling now.
That's not true.
I mean, that's what Thyri assumes to be true.
Ah, okay. Yeah, no.
Theories.
Their husband, quote unquote, has the world's most powerful cum.
Is that...
Thought we fixed
did
that.
we actually find that out?
Yes, that's
Okay.
100%
We did,
true.
yes.
Hold on, let me rewind that back.
Wait, but I disenchanted that so she could actually, so that she
Fuck
could
without
actually-
worry.
Yeah, have sex with her, because basically if a droplet of cum landed on them, then they'd like blow it up with pregnancy. No, she may be very virile still, but she's no longer magically so. Jeanette just disenchanted that. Because I specifically remember, because as soon as she did that, she dragged two of her wives into the back room.
Yeah, that does sound about right, actually.
Revise that. They may breed more quickly than normal, but there's nothing to ensure that they'll be pregnant more than anyone else. They are no longer forced to do so, and I think after having seen hundreds or thousands of their children die, they'd probably like to just watch a generation of them grow up. In fact, Vivian out there, and she'll wave a hand out the door, is one of their daughters.
And I'm
Sounds of it, a great many tiefling are their daughters.
Yes, that whole rumor that tieflings just popped out of the dirt there is just a smokescreen for these broodmothers. Or was, I should say.
On the other hand, I have no reason to disbelieve you, but at the same time, you are admitting that you happen to have the source of mass tiefling propagation entirely within your control and ties to a revolutionary cult. It's a very dangerous combination, Thyri.
I am well aware. That's why we've been moving so quickly to try and stop this before it gets out of hand.
I see. Well, speaking of out of hand, have you heard of activities to the south and west?
Have I heard of what?
Activities to the south and west.
That's Ashen Holds?
Little bit wester of Ashenholds. It would have been where that shore is, actually. Yeah.
I'd heard of great monsters there, but every single time we try and get ourselves over there to defeat whatever great beast it is, we get sidetracked with something. A dragon kidnapped us once. That was nice. I'm sorry, I'm rambling now.
One moment. And then she will, rummage in a, luggage chest, pull out a parchment and a quick writing utensil, tugs off her gauntlet and will quickly begin scribing something out, before handing it to you, signed, "There is a blockade around the area now. If you're so intent on performing good deeds and making yourselves seem a little bit less than the evil tyrants that you're certainly doing a great job of painting yourselves as, I'm sure they could appreciate your assistance. It's not a matter of great beasts down there."
Oh?
Well, it probably started as great beasts. Imagine if a great beast were some kind of titanic water vehicle, a ship. It beached itself ashore and monsters poured out.
Like the Beast of Blackwater.
Similar, I suppose. Yes.
Well, at earliest opportunity, we will make our way there and defeat it.
Indeed. It's our next planned destination after we've finished a northern stronghold, but as you might expect, that's a long journey. Likewise, a message was sent to your husband requesting his assistance in this matter. Goodness knows he happens to have a relatively well-organized force. Ashenholds, however, are rather low on soldiers at the moment, and are in very little position to assist with a little more than the barricading of the area. I'm not too sure they'll appreciate your husband passing through.
Probably not. So yes, we'll make it a priority to go down and deal with that.
I would say see that you do, but I'm no boss of you. But know that it would go a great way to helping. Goodness knows we can't afford to lose Ashenhold, and I suspect that the source of all of our continent's food is a rather juicy target for whatever it is out there.
I imagine, though your phrasing there reminds me, my group was going to meet with, parenthesis, your Jarl? Whoever's in charge of this stronghold?
Yeah.
Jarl. Your Jarl, to discuss the Tiefling matter. Given our reception here, I'm going to guess we probably won't be welcomed with open arms in the city.
That same document, I suppose, will get you through to him as well. But I would ask that you don't take the monster brigade with you.
Yes.
She will pointedly peer out of the tent. Perhaps keep them outside the city?
Actually, I was going to suggest perhaps if we deal with this beast of the beaches, that might prove our good faith to your Jarl.
We would certainly appreciate the faster action, yes.
Then, I will speak with my group, and if they agree, we'll see it done.
Very well, then. And yeah, a Grand Knight will pause before... give me an insight check.
Sure. Insight. I have advantage on this because I'm a Hagenite.
Go for it.
And furthermore, I'm going to use my once-a-day luck bonus from Mama's amulet.
Good idea.
14.
Oh.
Nope.
Okay. She's plotting something, but it seems relatively harmless.
Okay.
And yeah.
And Thyri has no reason to mistrust the Grand Knight.
Yeah, and as the Grand Knight heads out, everyone else, you notice that, she leaves the tent first and she's like adjusting her clothes and straightening her hair back out and checking her breath as though to indicate that they had just had some kind of scandalous liaison. The captain looks similarly quite scandalized, but the Grand Knight seems rather amused with the show.
Thyri's just clueless and just walks
Yep,
back.
that's right. You did not get high enough to realize that she was just going to use this as an opportunity to fucking confuse the shit out of her second in command. Or maybe make her jealous. Ooh. Yeah,
Well.
apply gator forehead.
It's okay, I'm not ninja. I'm sure this won't disrupt my marriage at all.
No.
Just makes the Jarl harder.
She's always plotting. That's the answer, Anna.
Plotting, always plotting.
That's going in the lap.
Oh, you actually did.
Yep.
Yeah, no. There
She's
are a
really-
lot of plots and you guess not a lot of them are great.
Nope. Yeah. The beers are finished, things are packed away, and these soldiers begin to make up the carriage once more. The caravan, even.
Alright, guys, let's go gather reagents.
What?
Great beasts.
Oh, yes. And commence a verbal dump of everything I talked to the Grand Knight about. Blah.
An underwater ship that vomits great beasts. I want it.
The Grand Knight will seem alarmed at the phrase "want it," as though it was something you could claim and own, considering previous mentions of you already happening to have an incredible core of power just sat in the midst of your base.
Don't worry. I'm
The form of
gonna
all tieflings.
take it. I'm gonna take it to Tower, and Tower's gonna love it.
She means she's going to dissect it for parts.
Ah, yes. Ah, yes. Might actually get some regenerative powers out of it, too. Fix up our tiefling friends. I'm quite out of regeneration potions. I only had 2.
Okay. So. Wasn't expecting you to skip Stronghold and go and make your way right down there, so bear with me.
And that's a session for today, guys.
Where are we going?
Right down to the coast instead.
Oh, I have to go to first holding.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, the first holding is on the way.
Where
We're
were you
gonna bounce back up to Southern Stronghold because Thyri wants to get us in the good graces of everybody.
Before you
Yeah.
go to the Southern Stronghold, which currently you have the reputation as being land-conquering, revolution-starting tyrants.
So we might come back. So when we come back, we'll be land-starting revolutionary tyrants that kill great beasts.
Yeah,
At
don't
least
fuck with us,
successful ones.
boyos.
And you managed to go down there, succeeded a thing, and then, not use this chance to take over the last standing forces of Ashenholds, conquer the area as your husband passed through, before then making a torrent of war all the way back up to Southern Stronghold and conquering them.
I mean...
Which is a legitimate fear that she has you might pull off anyway, but, you know, considering if you don't do that, then you'll look a lot better.
I mean,
you could.
There's always a dunking on the Ashenholds is always great. I don't have any problem with Southern Stronghold, but I don't like the Ashenholds very much.
Still better than Northern Stronghold.
Yeah, their football team sucks.
What football team now?
Dude, their football team is hanging from the rafters.
Jesus.
We can't afford your scholarships. All the slaves are at war with us. Our economy's fucked.
Football.
We're selling you to Southern Stronghold, but you guys, I'm sorry, they wouldn't take your contracts. We have some ropes and some chairs.
If anything, I think the Cold North would play Blood Bowl instead of football.
They fucking would. Oh my god, I might have to invent some kind of it's sports in the North, like, just side rule system.
Can we not play fucking water ball from Final Fantasy X? Just no sports.
Oh, you don't like Blitzball?
No, I just skipped that entire...
Actually, I quite liked Blitzball when I played that.
Just fucking hate sports ball mini games. Go away.
Yeah. You know, it would probably be much more, you're correct, akin to Blood Bowl. Or at least think with written rules, not that players would have to play, but just a thing existing in setting, because that's quite fun. I love the side politics of all of these Jarls being at war, but they still have a very competitive, like, Jarl Ball team.
Jarl Ball. Alright, well, sorry to just disrupt your entire plans for the session, Scout.
That's fine, I didn't need them anyway.
What was the plan?
I mean, it's all, they
went to Southern Stronghold to see the
Why are we not going to Southern Stronghold? It's literally right there. It's like
because
10 feet from us.
Scout did this to herself. She's like, you know, it'd probably be a pretty good idea if you wouldn't have disrupted these great beasts.
But Stronghold is literally like 10 feet away from us.
Yeah, but they don't like us there yet. We need to
We
increase
have
our
to go-
reputation
It's true.
there.
Your reputation is kind of fucked at the moment.
Kinathis, we have to go grind rep.
That's a painfully close way of putting it, yes. But don't worry, on the way to go grind rep, you can pick up your stuff at first holding.
I think you mean do my
drop off or stuff.
commission.
Commission stuff. First holding, sure.
I have a commission there. Oh god. This one is actually wants me to make something for them.
Yeah. Between a Wiggles, description, when your plans are learned that you're headed south again, they will let you know that you're expected to do a thing.
That's weird. I don't know. Okay, I mean, I'll try.
Don't
worry about it. You are so smart and so talented. You will have no problem at all, I'm sure.
Don't worry, Anna. You're one of the most preeminent artists on the entire continent now.
You really fucking are.
Be fine. Just
I guess so. I have this big bag. I have this big bag of, well, I guess it's a big box of carvings now. I should give some of them away.
Yeah, would you like to try and pass them off to some of the Grand Knight's people? See if you can get your artistic name spread further?
I mean, I guess I'm an artist, so... But yeah, sure.
Alright. I kind of want this to be like a Nat 1 or something, as Anna's just like, I don't know what to do, and tries too hard and just fucks it.
I have, like, I've got a whole bunch of them already just made.
Yeah, you just have a bunch with really, some of them have very high scores on them.
But
yeah, the Grand Knight will be surprised. Oh god, there's a 30 in there, yeah. The Grand Knight will be surprised to see you, Anna, because you aren't tentacular now. The last time she saw you, you were really tentacly.
Oh.
Yeah, we fixed her, let's say.
She will work one black eyebrow at that.
It's a long story involving the Eldritch Isle.
The Eldritch Isle, you say? She'll like immediately just like makes the fucking evil eye. Maybe with an old school response, but it's, you would imagine, pretty fucking appropriate for that shithole.
Yeah, we now know that to be appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that place is incredibly unpleasant.
Yup.
You're lucky
Sucked
to have
the
come
life
back from
right out
there
of
at
us.
all. Yes, you did seem rather all exhausted. And not just the usual kinds of travel weary, but you all seem exhausted of the soul.
Yes, just being in that place seems to try and suck the life from you.
Frown a little bit and stroke her chin.
It was very scary.
I see. Well, at least it appears to have cured your friend. I do prefer the word cured to fixed. It makes it sound broken.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Thyri's just like thinking to herself, but I mean...
She was, but, you know, she's also right here in front of you, guys. Come on. Please don't call your friend broken.
No, she's not broken anymore.
except for missing 9 years of memories.
Look, they were probably bad memories anyway. You didn't
Well, no, the 9 years were fucking Meet the Pyrovision the whole way through. That shit was bliss. Every day was an adventure.
Dragons were geese, and geese were dragons.
Everything was sparkly, and it was so it was so happy and nice.
Yeah. It's probably something you occasionally see in glimpses of dreams now, actually. Would you like to make me a wisdom save? We'll see if you actually do recall anything.
No.
Okay. No, it's mostly come in flashes. But there's no like solid memory that's locked its way in your noggin.
Okay.
Darn, that 26 was good.
Yeah, shame. That 26 would have given you something juicy. I mean, what it would have done is given me free reign to just invent some kind of weird occurrence or some kind of crazy bullshit you got up to from a first-person perspective.
Oh,
So you don't know why, but you're surrounded by clowns. Ah!
Oh, God, clowns.
Clowns.
When was the clowns? So that was something.
Yeah, let's see. Well, everyone was really I want to thank you. Thanks for lunch. And so here. Let's see.
Oh yeah, that was the elf room, wasn't it?
Well, the other room was more of a wanderer stage of viewers. There wasn't a clowns around.
Roll a 1d13.
Sure.
On this list I've got here.
9.
No way. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, you didn't get that one. It is a dog. Number 28.
A DC 28 dog?
Yes.
Fuck. She will appear surprised and delighted. Sure. Do you want to give me just a random charisma test?
Oh.
Let's see, will this have advantage? We'll see. 1 second.
I don't know what this test is for.
It's whether you fucking charm the socks off of her.
Oh.
You fucking just abs.
my God.
She swoons.
God damn it.
Like you had her this dog, and she's like, it's beautiful.
Would you like to come back to the tent with me?
A blush like creeps up on the tops of her cheeks, and she'll clear her throat. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Before returning to the rest of her people. I'll be damned.
God damn it.
She now has a crush on you.
Oh, for God. Alright,
hey, of all the people in this setting to have fall for you,
she's a pretty fucking good one there. But yes, no, she's a well-behaved paladin girl. She wouldn't dream of making a move.
In other words, a shy virgin.
Oh no, I mean she's
No.
the fucking Amazon.
Yeah.
But she's polite enough not to try and snoo random traveling party members when they've got
What?
a bloody battle to head towards.
Back to snoo.
Yeah.
I mean,
the Grand
this
Knight now
party,
has
though.
a crush on Anna.
Aww, that's adorable.
But yes, and yeah, they will make their separate ways, and likewise, you can take a different passage. There are like some rice fields and such throughout Stronghold if you want to try and cut across the water and like shortcut your way down to First Holding this way.
Was there anything in that village over there, or were we just passing through it to pass through it?
Passing through it to pass through it, I believe.
Okay, then yeah, let's just cut across.
Sure. Who wants to roll me 3d20?
Also, hey, there's a mile scale on this map now.
There is, yeah.
I will.
There's always been a mile scale. It's right there at the bottom.
3d20?
Yes, please. And yeah, look, right down here, Savin.
Yeah, I know, but like the actual ruler works.
Oh yeah, the ruler has always been in miles.
Oh
No,
dear.
it hasn't.
Really?
No, it was in feet for an age and a half.
Huh.
I just went down the number pad there. Look at that.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Alright. So, I'll go with you, the weather is not great. It is, in fact, some might say, way shitty. Of course, you guys have, like, constant nightly fortress to hide in, so none of you are going to get, like, exposure sick, but we'll see how the journey itself takes you in time. Someone give me a survival check. You're welcome to get advantage from someone else helping.
Saoirse will help or make the check herself. She has an 8. But it's also me rolling.
Kina?
For survival check?
Yeah.
I can roll survival.
What do you got in it?
Saoirse is...
Give Saoirse advantage. Let her roll.
Yeah, Saoirse's got a turgid 8. She's a druid.
I did... Okay. I did tell you guys this is me rolling.
Come on.
I told you!
God. Okay.
You have advantage, though.
Good thing we got to drop the one.
It's a really good thing you had advantage. I mean, it turns into a great roll. It's going to take you... 3 days?
Fucking saw that coming a mile away.
Yeah. You're traveling through, like, a marshy bit. There are probably places while you're traveling where you can, like, buy rice if you would like to. It's kind of a commodity around here.
Yes.
Like, they've got some, warehouses on stilts, with, drying areas on the inside for all the rice that they've gone together. Likewise, they probably have, like, puffed rice here. Okay, like, the breakfast cereal style, like, rice puff kind of materials, like, baked up rice puffs. If anyone
Rice
wants
Krispies, everybody. Yeah,
if anyone would like to spend actual money, you can get, like... Oh my god, okay, so you spend a full gold on rice. You don't have a way to carry that much. Oh no, you've got a fortress to put it all in. It wouldn't be carryable in your carriage.
And we have a bag holding.
You do have a bag holding.
Yeah, we're just traveling around now with like a pyramid of rice sacks on top of the carriage. No.
Yeah, they're like surprised when you're like, I want all of this rice. They're like, that's a warehouse's worth of rice. They're gonna have to. They'll probably tell you that they can't. They can only sell you half a gold's worth of rice, or they won't actually have enough to like feed Southern strongholds.
Okay, well, fine.
Well, they'd have enough, obviously, but it's like you don't want to use up your stocks in sudden bursts like that for travelers.
Okay, Thyri will thank them profusely and take as much as they're willing to sell her because she never gets to have rice.
This is very true.
And
okay.
It's fucking delicious.
Alright. Let's see. So let's see here. Let's go with the... I'm trying to think, like, what kind of environment rice would it be? It would probably be a brown rice than a white.
Ah, gross.
Which is fine. What? There's nothing wrong with brown rice.
Yes, there is. It's just
Wild
vegetable.
rice.
I mean, that's Savin speaking. Theory is like, yay, rice.
I mean, it wouldn't be anything like any of the towns. I'm now curious because this is something that obviously I have to, record for future reference and into other.
What kind of environment is it?
It is warmed by the underwater flows and probably marshy where it's being harvested. But otherwise, there's still quite strong wind that dries stuff out. So it probably wouldn't be anything like any of the Thai rices. It might be. Oh no, it wouldn't be close to India either. Let's see here. Spanish rice, maybe? Paella rice?
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
You ever had paella?
I don't know what that is.
Paella?
I might have had it, I just don't know what it is.
Here we go. The description is, these medium grains are pearl white in color and have the ability to absorb lots of liquid. They take on a lot of flavor of cooking stock. It's very Spanish rice. If you've ever had spiced rice, it's probably Spanish rice. It's
Okay.
probably paella.
Spanish rice is fucking amazing.
Spanish rice is the kind that if you had leftover sauce in a pot, you just dump a bunch of freshly cooked paella rice in it and then stir it around with a bit of alcohol, and maybe 20 minutes later you've just got this thick stock rice. So yeah, okay, yeah, it would actually be white rice. You get a paella rice here.
Yes.
And let's see here, how much? What's the market price of that? Because I need to compare it to what's its fucking gold for equivalency. All right, so how much is CWT of rice? About $11. Okay. Let's see here. What's the gold? Yeah, you could buy 30 sacks of rice for a gold. And I mean proper warehouse sacks of rice.
Yeah.
They would be willing to part with 15 sacks of huge sacks of fucking rice. Any more than that, and that just puts that would probably have weight on the sale rate of price elsewhere. Sale price of rice elsewhere.
Thyri will again thank them profusely and take as much as they're willing to sell her.
Yep. All right. You can now record, if you would like to record 15 sacks of rice. Or 15 CWT.
All right. And because Scout can't have nice things, when we go to bed, I'm gonna possibly derail the Empire campaign.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I'm going to plant a bean outside, then go to sleep.
Whereabouts are you doing this? Because I figured by this point you're about here. Are you literally just going to do it on the corner of this water?
No, I'll wait until we're in a relatively clear area. I'm not entirely certain what they do, and I haven't told anyone I have these yet.
Okay. Can you describe the item you've got?
I have the bag of beans.
All right.
Just look up bag of beans in...
Very dangerous item.
Yeah. It's actually a very badass item because it's kind of like the deck of many things, but not terrible.
Yeah.
Nothing in this will actually just kill us.
Please, Pyramid.
91. Yeah, that's the one I'm hoping for, is 91.99. We get to fight a mummy lord, and the pyramid is a mummy lord's lair containing an entire, treasure hoard.
Whoa, don't spoil it for people.
I've already got the item in front of me.
Everyone's already reading the item.
Okay. Alright. So yeah, the very next day, I suppose, between, the river and First Holding?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd argue against it so we can explore for Borks too, and we're all treasure hunters.
But the thing is, we might not have it in Borks too. This is Jeanette's.
No, as in, if it creates a location. What did Stray do? Well, okay, so you're halfway, it's nighttime. You're half a day out from First Holding. Maybe a day out from First Holding. The really heavy rain that had been plaguing you for a lot of the journey is a full-blown storm when it's time to go to bed. But Jeanette, struck by inspiration, and goes outside into the storm. Digs a little hole, drops a little magical bean in it, pats down the hole, and goes back to bed. Roll me 1d100.
$55.
Okay. Alright. What the fucking fuck? Okay.
Oh, so this one immediately just sprouts. Cool.
Yeah, I guess so. So you're like about to turn around and be like, I hope that works out.
1d4 plus 8.
Yeah, 1d4 plus 8, please.
I'll describe it for the audience at least.
Well, yeah, no, I will when I know how many.
Yes.
Okay, so you're like stepping back and you swear there's this rumbling sound like thunder in the night, except the thunder is in the clouds further away from where you are currently. You're pretty sure you didn't see a lightning bolt. When you look behind you, you can see that the ground is churning from where you've just placed the beans. And then 12 bright pink toads crawl from the ground, ribbiting and croaking. They all stare at you, Jeanette.
Gonna lean over. Hey, damn, do you see this too?
Bork.
Okay, I was afraid I was going crazy. I'm going to stay here and stare at these for a minute. Get the rest of the party. This is awesome. This is amazing. Tell them to bring my poking stick.
The poking stick.
He'll tilt his head and then go in, and then Saoirse will translate. Yep, Saoirse will go. Hey, apparently Mum planted something really awesome, and then there are a whole bunch of bright pink toads, and also need to grab a poking stick. 1 sec. And she retrieves a poking stick. It's a stick, it just says poking written on the side of it. And one end of it does look somewhat scorched. And then she will flutter outside. Who follows Jeanette and Helltown?
I guess I do.
Okay.
Alright. It's storming and shitty outside and
I'll go
pissing
too.
it down with rain. But yeah, you are treated to the sight of 12 bright pink toads, all staring at Jeanette. And as more of you arrive, you realize that they're ribbits. They're rather rhythmic. And now I wish it was Creative Commons, because you then hear the fucking frog song out of Legend of Zelda, where the frogs just start ribbiting up a musical chorus.
Jeanette, why are there singing frogs next to my tower?
I'm gonna poke it with a stick.
Jeanette?
Alright. You poke one of the frogs with a stick. Its ribbit gains depth, and it almost becomes like a baritone croak. Let's see here. It's of my choice. Ooh. Ooh. First of all, hey Stray, roll me 1d4 plus 4. Alright, it'll be CR6.
Neat.
Alright. 5e monster list. Sort by CR6. I think it's just a creature as well. So, monster. Specifically a monster.
That would have been funny if, like, a wizard just crawls out of the earth. What ho,
Well, no,
friends! It is I!
Oh my god, guys, it's my favorite thing.
I swear to God,
Oh, no.
it's a boule.
A fucking Vrock!
Don't know what that is.
Oh,
Yes!
rock on, little dude.
Rock on! Party on! Yeah, fucking Vrock pops up into being. Ah!
Jeanette,
Remember-
why is there a rock here?
I don't know, but I enjoy the things I am capable of creating.
Let's see, how intelligent is the Vrock? Semi! Why have you summoned me?
It talks.
Because I could.
That's
Hello.
a horrible reason to summon me.
You want food?
Yes!
Here, have some food.
Great.
Today was a good day.
Yep.
I like
and
the day.
then a minute later, it pops.
What is a frog?
A giant, like, raven crow demon. They also tend to be chaotic evil, but it's only going to exist for a minute, and I can't be asked to start a fight, but that's a Vrock.
Okay, because, yeah, like, Thyri was about to just, like, get the Warforged out, just slaughter.
Yeah, no, like, it would lose. It's a CR6 demon. It would just die.
Yeah, so I think that's what happens before it pops, is Thyri just, like, blasts it with piss.
Yep. Alright, there are still 11 more toads to touch.
Who wants to turn with the poking stick?
Jeanette, why are there singing toads that turn into demons out here?
I have no idea. I had no idea that that's what would happen.
Can I use the
Thyri just
poking
commands
stick?
power to start blasting them with fire rays.
Alright, so, Anna
Bzzzt.
uses the poking stick. You're all kind of in the way for the tower to blast it. It would have to shoot through all of you. Anyway, Anna, roll me 1d4 plus 4 to set it CR.
The poking stick. The monster poking stick. It's a
You're all like
Pokemon stick.
lento. Like they're right now. They're just pink toads. They're like almost ground. Like they're almost level with the floor.
Oh, so
dude.
they're just actual, like,
They're
toad-sized
literally
toads.
just a bunch of pink toads. They're the least scary things you've ever seen.
And remember,
Right.
it doesn't say the monsters are necessarily hostile to us. They just
No.
appear.
I have no
And you know
idea
what
what the
happens-
monsters are or what's happening, so I'm going to shoot them.
No, so Anna, you poke one with a stick, and a dragon climbs out. Its mouth opens, and then a young copper dragon.
Oh. I will say hello in Draconic.
It will look at you and blink. Hello? Why am I here?
How
What
are
is
you?
going on?
I don't
You Came
know.
out of a big frog.
Where are you
mouth.
from? Where are you from?
I don't know. I'm just here now. I don't think I'm going to be here long, but I'm here now. Hi, how's it going?
You
Ah,
were
it's going
inside of the
pretty
big
well.
frog.
Huh. He looks around at the other frogs. Hey, someone roll me a dexterity save to keep this dragon's tail from just, like, knocking over a fuck ton of frogs and touching them all at once.
Doesn't it mean we have to? I thought it was we had to touch them. Oh, it just says touch.
Whenever a toad is touched. And he's about to turn around to look at them all, and he's got a tail, and he's young. He's not smart.
Okay.
Well, he is smart technically, but, you know,
Hold
he's
on.
young and surprised.
Someone with better dexterity than 2.
Excellent.
Good job.
Thyri leans down to pick it up, and it just flails, and all of the monsters come out.
Oh, no, it's a young copper dragon that's still a large creature, dude.
Oh.
Oh, it's big.
Yeah, so it's like it's turning around to sweep it. And you're like you like move to grab its tail and you tumble. You land on
saw
a
a
couple of
full-size-
toads.
We saw a full-size dragon
fought an
crawl
adult.
out of a pink toad.
Correct.
Okay.
It's why it's very confused. All right, so there were 10 frogs left. Roll me 1d5 plus 5. That's how many toads are about to become creatures.
Sure, I'll roll it.
Yep. You beans.
Excellent.
Oh my god!
All of the
Every
frogs!
toad, every
Literally beans it.
Yep, 8 toads are swept by the dragon's tail, and Thyri lands tit first on the other 2.
Oh.
And now I'm going to need a whole bunch of dice at once. Roll me 10d4, Savin.
Okay. Oh boy.
Okay, so
That's
we
a lot of
have
CR8 monsters.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 CR8 monsters.
You're welcome, guys.
Ah.
Hey, the good news
Two
is we have a good
sevens.
aligned dragon with us.
And 2 1s. It's true, and you might
do.
just get more good aligned stuff. And then you might get to see the most amazing 1-minute fight club you've ever seen.
No, it's like the end of what's it called? It's like those fight scenes from Anchorman.
Oh god, yes! You know what? Fuck it, because the CR7 and 8s, the most interesting stuff in it is just fucking dragons. Like, two large Hezral demons climb out of 2 frogs, and then the rest are young bronze dragons. He's like, "Hey, look! It's my family! How's it going?" And then they all just go apeshit on these Hezro demons. And you get to what you get like it's storming, it's pissing it down with rain, there's thunder and there's lightning and it's dramatic. And now dragons are fighting devils in front of you after sprouting out of little pink toads. Your golems were like moving up to like get into the fray in the first place, and I don't know, I feel like you just go like, let's just see where this goes. And then a minute later, while they're all still like in the midst of a dramatic attack, they all pink smoke.
It's actually raining a 20-foot sphere around Viv.
Does this kind of thing always happen?
Tonight was a good night.
In a part, I'm kind of afraid that you didn't all get like eggs. You know, the 1d4+3 level up eggs.
Isn't that just the eggs that increase one ability score?
Yeah, they
on a successful save, it permanently increases lower stability score by 1. If you fail, you take 10d6 force damage from an internal magical explosion.
Yep, you eat an egg and it either makes you stronger or blows up in your tummy.
So basically, Pop Rocks and soda.
Yep, delicious. Yep. So you dropped a bag of beans. They could have been.
I wanted guys. I have a lot of these beans left. So actually,
how many do you have?
3d4 dry beans. I thought I rolled this when I made it, but I can't remember. So I'm just gonna roll again.
Sure.
9.
You have
so
9.
I have 8.
You have 8 beans left. So the rest of the party is looking at Jeanette. She's holding a bag of beans. You just watched an awesome laser light show.
I'm not holding it anymore. I put it away. I'm not just gonna hold. I had to use the stick of poking.
That's true. Yeah, you guys all saw a laser light show. What do you do now, Jeanette? Are you going to try and plant more?
That was enough fun for now. We'll do it again some other night, guys.
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe when it's less terrible outside. It's very hard to keep yelling like this.
Yeah. So now you're all, except for Viv, who has the globe of "Why does it always rain on me?" protection. Head inside. That was weird.
I love being a storm sorcerer.
Does this kind of thing happen a lot around us?
Yep.
Oh.
You get used to
don't worry about it, Anna. The bag of beans that I made can't hurt us, probably, mostly. I don't know what will happen if I plant another one. Maybe it's just more frogs. Maybe it's just a bag of... Did I accidentally make a bag of frogs? Oh well.
Oh, no, it's beans, but...
Bean frogs.
Yes, there we go. Let's get that straight here. It's bean frogs.
Yeah.
And I love it. That was awesome. Frogs.
People keep inviting me to play Monster Hunter World, but I don't own that game. Why? Can you invite someone to play a game if they don't own it? It's retarded.
Yep.
Stop. Okay. Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, so Don Guerro's frog choir disappears into the ether.
I've got 8 more shots to get a 99 to 100. I mean, the 90 to 100.
And create a dope dungeon.
There are two. The best things are the pyramid and the beanstalk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything else is just kind of meh. Interesting, but not as cool.
Okay, so.
Oh, the statue.
I don't know, there's a lot of crazy shit in there. I do love the fruit tree. One of them is just a randomly determined poison.
Yep. Luckily, I have advantage on all saves against toxins.
Yep.
But then Thyri eats one of them and she just falls into a slumber that lasts for years until Bulgruff arrives and gives her the kiss of true love.
No, you wake up and it's just wet doggo kisses.
Aww.
It's just you just get woken up by Ludwig.
Honestly, that's like 10 times better.
Yeah, totally. We don't know if she'll ever wake up. Blam 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 blam. Like if you think about it, like a dog is man's best friend. I bet all of those like true love's curses, you just get a dog and be like, it loves you unconditionally. Enjoy waking up to doggo kisses.
Yeah, pretty much. Gonna make that canon in any of my games now.
Yep.
Amazing.
If something has to be solved by true love's kiss,
it's a
it
doggo
can
kiss.
be. The workaround is you can just get a dog.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, I promise not. I promise to only do this like once a session.
I mean, we're going to be low on sessions at this rate. There are less sessions in the bag than you have of beans.
Oh god.
The last session, I just plant all of them at once.
Yeah. Eventually, you guys will make it to first holding. Let's see. Do I even have the fucking map? Let's see here. Have I ever had a map for first holding?
Have you?
I don't know.
Never been here before, so.
Yeah, but I like pre-built a bunch of towns and stuff. It looks like this is not one of the ones I pre-built a town for. Okay. Theater of the mind, my friends. Theater of the mind. Again, something I couldn't prepare for because you guys did actually go like, oh wait, there's a big bad to go fight. Let's go do that instead of this shit.
It was also your suggestion. You did this to ourselves,
yeah,
but
this
out.
is all you.
Yeah, it's true. However, how often have you ignored good advice from the DM and gone ahead with your plan anyway? I feel like every time. You choose now to change. Well played. I fucking played myself.
Haha! Here at the twilight of the game.
Yeah, finally you learn. And I'm just like, what the fuck? That's not how that's supposed to go. They're meant to do the wrong thing anyway, and I'm supposed to go, guys, for fuck's sake. You started all these fucking wars and shit, just gone ahead on your own whim every time, and now you're like, you're right, that's good advice, let's go follow it. I just have to have more adorable people tell you it, right?
Yeah.
Is it because all the advice you get is from dudes?
Yes.
Yep.
Down with the patriarchy.
Yep, no.
And this is why that Twitter post that I had linked earlier is totally accurate. And it is safe for work and safe for stream.
Oh, okay.
I think I know what this is. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
100% accurate.
I do like the phrase bisexual disaster kleptomaniac.
It's pretty true, though.
I feel like it would have been better as like a bisexual disaster kleptomaniacs, or kleptomaniac disasters, rather.
No, because I like the phrase that you're referred to as a disaster kleptomaniac, as though that were part of that's the section of title. Like there's kleptomaniacs and there's a disaster kleptomaniac.
Well, the first response to that is, your players limit themselves to humanoid?
Right?
Oh my god, you're right. That's fantastic.
I'm gonna like that too. Yeah, take that.
Any rumors to this effect are unsubstantiated. The witnesses were drunk and are highly unreliable. Also good. There's good comments in there. Okay. So, you arrive at first holding, and it's a pretty place. It's idyllically treed. The storm has finally broken, so there's a lot of like snow that's frosting over on the path, so it's got that crunchy outer layer that, you know, sounds semi-satisfying underneath the hooves of horses and feet of T-Rexes. And you make your way up to first holding. You immediately give the guards a fucking panic attack because there's a T-Rex following you.
Mm-hmm.
The panic attack is not really subsided when they go, don't worry, this one's just a pet T-Rex. They're like, that's scarier than a wild one.
But then they look up and he bleps and they're like, oh, okay, never mind.
Alright, everything's fine.
Yeah.
I have
No problems here.
a letter for this guy, right?
Yes, yeah, you've got a letter of commission.
Okay. I guess I'll like. Excuse me. Do you know where this person is? And I'll just hand them the letter.
Blink a few times. Yes. Yeah, he's still like looking up between you, like the little small muscle Anna and the monster fiasco behind you. Now, for some reason, which delights me to no end, Anna looks the most normal out of everyone in your entire fucking party. That's great.
I'd look pretty normal if I wasn't on the giant T-Rex.
Of course, of course. Let's see here. Do you actually have their name recorded on your thing?
No.
Halliverse or Bunkin?
Quest carved statue in first holding.
Okay.
I have written down.
All right then.
I think it was like the mayor or something, or some big rich guy.
It is a like a noble merchant, effectively. Roll me 1d3.
Man, woman, or two-handed flanged mace?
Very close. Their mayor is a snow elf.
Ooh. Wow.
A snelf.
A snelf. Let's see here. And now 1d2. It is a female snelf, and they are a scholar life.
A what?
A scholar's life snelf. So they don't have. They're the one of the three racial options. So you've got the warrior life, the jack life, and the scholar life.
Then we will have plenty to talk about as fellow scholars. Nod, nod.
Okay.
I'm eternally bitter that I can't play as Snow Elf in the next game.
Why can't you?
Because I have to play LOA.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Choice was taken from me once Smolder's art was used. I did this to myself.
The blade
But now.
Yeah. And so your carriage is, if confusedly, escorted throughout the streets of First Holding. Most of the buildings are quite low affairs, but with rather tall sloped roofs, because there is just a lot of trees around, and you generally don't want like loads of flat roofs around things that drop lots of fucking leaves, etc. They don't really operate with guttering at all, but they appear to have like floor ditches around like the bases of walls with sets of steps that would go up to houses instead. Yeah, there is one that is definitively nicer than the others, and Anna, you would be the one to know about this kind of stuff, not only because you are fluent in all forms of elf, but also because you are an artist. What looks like the design of like skirting and the edges of walls are actually like margin crafted like elven script. It looks like one long poem has been writ around the like outside of this building and into the walls of it. It's very pretty.
Wow. I think Anna will just like go around the building then and just read it.
Yeah, sure. Let's see here. It is a long one, but there is a lot of house to write it on. Winter awakeneth all my care, know this lives waxeth bare. Oft day I sike and mourne are, when hit cometh in my thought. Of this world's joy, ho hit good. I can't pronounce it all.
That's fine. It's a nice poem.
It is a long poem about a soft, sad romance, and it's medieval English, and I can't read that shit for anything, at least not out loud. Like, this right here is of this world's joy and how it all goes to nothing. So of this world's joy, how hit goth alternate. But yeah, it's all written like that in old script Elven, all around the outsides of this building, and it's beautiful. Send lewd parchments. Send dirk pics. Yeah. The guard / soldier who escorted you will look amongst your lot. I have no idea where you might want to stable your rather extravagant beasts there. Would you be willing to camp outside? I know that it's probably quite rude to ask, but we just don't have a place for a thingy, whatever you said it was, a dinosaur.
That's fine.
Okay, Thyri says about facing and throwing a tower up.
Thyri just hucks tower into, like, the nearest clearing outside of town. Boom.
Okay.
Oh god, it's these adventurers!
Yeah, no,
Close the gates.
Your tower goes up, and this man's eyes widen, not just with surprise, but recognition.
But they're all cute girls. Never mind, open the gates.
No, it's open the gates a little bit.
Oh, yeah, open the gates a little bit. There we go.
Yeah,
Thank you.
No, that tower goes up, and he just stiffens in realization.
Would you like a beer?
We want no trouble here.
What?
Huh?
We're here so she can just do a carving. Then we're off to go kill the great beast in the south. It's gonna be great. I need reasons.
We mean no trouble for your town.
Persuasion check, disadvantage.
Okay.
Take my inspiration if you want it. Or
Take my
bardic. Take the bardic.
Yep. Well, this guy is not a spellcaster. You could probably get away with the usual guidance bullshit.
All right.
Didn't he?
Pardon me while I just...
Don't even bother. It's fine.
It's fine.
You like a 29? Does 29 work for you?
What do you mean 29? That's a fucking... That's over 30. 33.
Fucking flips her hair.
It's like, well, I mean, if you're... Well, it's not like there's anything we could do about it anyway. If you're here to help in the south, though, then we greatly appreciate it. We're worried about what might happen if those barricades go down.
Mm-hmm. Grand Knight Varia asked us to take a look at it, so once Anna's done with her commission...
He'll shrug. Who's Grand Knight Varia?
Just
the leader of Southern Stronghold's military.
Ah, alright, okay, yes. Alright, I know who you mean, sorry.
That's fine.
we're just gonna go carve us up some reagents and maybe get a ship.
Alright.
It's gonna be great.
Anyway, Anna, if you want to just go on in, do you want us to come with you, or should we wait outside?
I mean, if you want to come, that's
I
okay.
definitely want to come see this.
Maybe just take Viv with you, and the rest of us can wait in the tower as a...
Yeah,
Show
I mean,
of,
the actual
good
first
faith.
holding itself has, like, taverns and shops and stuff like that. If you actually want to do shopping, this is a place you can absolutely get adventuring gear and miscellaneous and clothing, etc.
Hey, best tiefling friend that I've been talking to.
The mute tiefling will, like, freeze, having been, like, about to step away before slowly turning around to look at you.
Wait. I can't just call you Tiefling friend. That's really mean. Do you know how to write?
She will blink at you and stare. She's far too broken for a derisive look, but you realize that's probably a really dumb question.
Not really, but okay.
No, she is not lettered.
Did you ever have a name?
She will shake her head and no.
Probably
You
should.
sound kind of roboty all of a sudden, Stray.
Yeah.
That work?
Yep.
Okay. Well, how about I just start listing off names and you pick one you like?
They will raise an eyebrow before sighing and shrugging. It's about as close to an admission as you'll get.
Okay. I guess you can just make up a name that she eventually lands on.
Sure. She will take the name Mute.
Oh.
I would have said Mute.
No, I'm kidding. Let's see here.
Obviously, she takes the name Quiet.
Oh, God.
She wears a lot of fishnets.
Nice.
Hey.
She has a really good
Jeanette-
humming voice.
Jeanette's been actually making an effort to make friends with this one.
She'll take Queth. Because it sounds almost like Quiet.
Okay.
You want to record that somewhere? Because I don't have a space for that. Cool. Yes, she will look to you in query.
Alright, Queth. Is there anything you would like from the village? There's a lot of food. And other interesting things. Would you like to come along?
She will shrug.
Jeanette will land on her shoulder. Yay! Shopping! Astra, let's go shopping.
Astra would probably be down to shop.
Cool. Let's all go shopping.
Okay, you guys have fun.
Indeed.
I'll just go take the other tieflings and get them some food and clothes, I guess.
Yep. Sunset and the golems will keep an eye on your tower.
How much does it cost to get all the tieflings some nice clothes and some good food?
I'm probably like 5 gold.
Okay.
Jeanette is going to get Queth some nice, flattering clothes that are also, what's it called? I'm literally thinking of every other word but the word I'm looking for. Well, yeah, those two, but by
Convenient.
well
Resilient.
suited for where we are. I forget what the actual word for that is. Why am I so dumb?
I mean, regardless,
Whatever.
I now know what you mean. That's fine. Yeah, you can pick up some stuff. Again, like cost you a gold.
And I will make sure that I'm just in constant communication with Kalara and describe everything, because otherwise my taste is fairly bad.
It's true. The very first things you gravitate towards, even the mute tiefling's nose will scrunch up a little bit. Like, come on, I escaped slavery for lime green? I don't fucking think so.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask my wife.
Yes. With the wife's help, you managed to pick out what appears to be like some relatively decent breeches, some furry boots, like a long jack coat, and some assless chaps. No.
Neat. You look very nice, Queth.
You will look greatly uncomfortable with that.
Now let's go get food. Food. See if she just yells, "Yay!"
Yep, you can go to a tavern and try and drink them at house and home. Yeah, in the meantime, Anna. Yeah, go to the door and knock, knock, knock. Kina?
Yeah, I thought you knock on the door.
Cool. And yeah, a rather slender figure in you would almost call them workman's clothes. You can see it. They've got like a kind of oily leather apron on over some rather plain-looking clothes, and you can smell on the air like fresh wood, like cooking charcoal, like clays. You can pick up like that tiny scent of like paintbrush cleaning stuff. Like the inside of this house smells artsy. And she will blink a few times before smiling. Why, hello there, dear.
Hi. I'm Anna.
Oh, goodness. The artist, yes. Please, come in. She will step aside and allow you to walk on in.
Oh, I'll step inside.
Yeah, her main foyer looks like a simple enough living space. There's a doorway that goes off to another room that's closed. There's a table up against the side near this door, so you can like put down like I don't know, your armaments, your various weaponized goodies, cloak rack, etc. But this foyer is open plan on one entire side of its wall. It's held up by banisters and small, like, carved pillars, and it leads to what looks like a massive, massive workshop, and it's full of all the different arts that one could get proficiencies in.
Wow.
Yes, I find I spend a lot of my time creating. It's very enjoyable here.
I like it. I like carving and painting.
Oh, excellent. I wasn't aware that you were a painter as well. Thus far, all I've seen out of your collection is carvings.
I guess the painting's recent.
Oh, okay then. Please. Let's have a look here. My commission originally is for a carving, but if you would be willing to paint as well afterwards, I'm happy to make a purchase.
Ooh,
Sure.
What about painting the carving?
A painting of the carving.
No,
A
painting on the carving.
Painting on the carving. It depends on the woods, I suppose, my young dear.
Oh, true.
Which, of course, you're welcome to choose from any and all. But first, please, do come into the main room instead. I will tidy things up in here in a moment.
Okay.
And yeah, she leads you to the door that had been previously closed, presumably just to keep the smell of workshop out of it, because when she opens it, you're treated to the smell of like cinnamon and clove and probably like scented candles. It's a nice fireplace up on one side of the wall that builds into it. Lots of sofas and a low coffee table. But you can see that all of her walls are covered in paintings and portraits. On the coffee table are a couple of very nice, like, wide but low to the ground statuettes. But up on the mantelpiece are a few standing ones, including a piece that you recognize your hand must have made, judging by the look of it.
Oh.
Which you have no memory of making it, but you recognize your own work. Yes, I came across one of these when El Ransoon, the trader, came through. Sometimes he takes some of my works for sale, and I'm always happy to purchase little oddities he comes by, sometimes rare materials as well. Goodness knows he comes across quite the interesting quantities of woods and stones.
I will just nod. I don't know who Il Ransoon is.
Fair enough. That's a very good point. Thatso will randomly caw and go, "Oh, my mistress, he is a trader. He passes through. A Warforged, very nice. He's a very handsome, kind fellow individual."
Oh, okay.
Wiggles will give Thatso a thumbs up.
Thank you.
Squeak. The elven mayor will observe. I say mayor, sorry, noble merchant. Name? Lady Suriel Tenneth.
It's very nice to meet you.
And it is a pleasure to meet you, Lady Dahl.
I don't think anyone's ever called me that before. No one's ever called me lady. Oh my gosh.
It seems only appropriate. You're quite the master of your craft, you know. Yeah, she's gonna make a perception check over, just like take in all the details about you. Is there anything about you want to try and hide from her?
No? I don't think so.
Her eyes will grace the High Lord's ring that rests on your finger. And her eyes will widen in recognition. Why, my goodness me, I recognize that. Please, may I see it?
Okay. I'll hold up my hand.
Yes. Right on it, that's the signature of the High Lord. Where did you come across it?
And I will I don't remember.
It's quite the event to forget. I won't even bother making the insight. It's the truth, and you're not very good at hiding it otherwise.
And it's...
Maybe you got good deception? I don't want to go clicking around in your shoot.
She does actually have really good deception, but she's not
fair enough. Okay.
trying.
Okay. She'll click a brow. It's rather a shame to forget. I wonder if he's still alive.
Maybe. There was an accident, and I kind of forgot a lot of things.
What's
how
Viv saying
terrible.
at this point?
Pardon?
What's Viv saying at this point? Because she's there, and she was there.
I missed it, what?
She was asking about the fate of High Lord Ariandel.
He's still in his castle as far as I'm aware. We never did figure out how to break his curse.
Oh, cursed in a castle. How tragic.
Yep. Aged, or he looks decrepit, which is really, really unusual for an elf.
Yes, quite so. She'll frown a little bit before shaking her head. I'm sorry, didn't mean to bring the topic of conversation down at all.
No,
just hadn't seen such a thing in so long.
He's otherwise doing all right for a guy who can't get out of his chair.
Very well. But yes, I see that I must absolutely have works from yourself, my dear.
I'll do my best. What is it that you want me to make?
She will escort you back to her workshop and reveal that there is a charcoal portrait that she's got on the wall. There are a couple of things just half finished in this workshop that look to be in a similar style, so she probably drew it herself. And it appears to be of a dryad clutching a half-fallen oak tree. She's leaning on it with one cheek and staring out, and you can see that it's beginning to bud with flowers where her fingers are touching across the oak surface.
That's very nice.
Thank you. And I am willing to... What the fuck is someone doing out there?
Nice.
Fucking revving their fucking engine.
I have so much respect for that man.
Which I think his car might be dying, that's why he's over-revving it. I now feel slightly bad for him, because that's the guy with the fucked up Volvo. Oh no, it isn't! Holy shit! It's a guy on a fucking, a 1700s buggy.
Oh my god.
Pulling a fucking carriage. That was so British! Dear God! One second, I need to hum the first bars to God Save the Queen!
God.
Okay, cool. Yeah, would be willing to pay 500 gold for this portrait to be rendered in wood half our height.
So, like 3 feet tall?
Yes.
Okay. Hmm. You have the wood for it?
Of course, I have plenty, and you're welcome to choose whichever you think would best bring it to life.
Okay. I'll go I'll go look at the wood.
Sure. There are some dark woods, light woods. Some are quite soft, some are quite hard. Some got like a rosy tint to them, like a cherry wood, all sorts.
Hmm.
And since her drawing is done in charcoal, there's no color hint to go off, and it looks like the difference between white and black on it is down to lighting more than skin tone, so it does look like it's entirely up to you.
Okay. Let me think for a second.
Sure, while you're doing that. It'll probably take you 3 days. If you absolutely crush all your tests, it'll only take you 2. Would I be right to fetch a drink?
Okay.
Wait, what happened? Why is it so quiet?
Trying to decide what kind of wood I want to make this statue out of.
Balsa wood. I don't know, probably some kind of hardwood, right? Or around a lot of timber.
And I'll look through some kind of woods and stuff.
Savin still here? No? Okay. Oh, hi, Savin.
Not on that one. Not that good.
Path of the Berserker or Path of the Storm, do you think?
And back.
Yeah, I was leaning towards Storm, too. What's your reason? Just because it's cooler? I was just leaning because it was cooler.
Alright.
Shoot lightning out of my face.
Path of the Berserker is actually really bad. That's why.
Is it?
Yeah, you would think the fatigue you get every time you rage isn't a big deal, but it's a big deal.
I thought Kinathis played that with Sierra.
I did.
Yeah, but in COC and D we had literally like the most basic health potion, restored fatigue. There's almost no way to get rid of fatigue in like core rules other than like second or third level spells.
Actual just taking days to rest.
Yeah, and if you get into 3 fights and you use your rage every time, then you get 3 ranks of fatigue, which fucks you, and it takes 3 days to unfuck yourself.
Yep.
Gross.
Yeah.
So you absolutely need to have a cleric with restoration and stuff.
And who likes you.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be forcing him to cast a high level spell every fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
So, what you're saying is Storm Herald.
Yep.
Because I just chose Storm Herald because I can literally just shoot lightning out of my face.
Yeah, I mean, shooting lightning out of your ass is pretty great, so do that.
Yeah.
Face and ass.
Well, I mean, if you when you see the art, because I told DCL to do my art right afterwards, and right after Savin's Ceres, and because they're super fecundal twins, right? They're gonna look exactly alike, except for one is blue and with dark hair and without any horns.
Okay. So, what kind of wood do you pick?
And like,
you know what? Do they have? Does she have like? Actually, let me just. Let's look at one more. Let's go with like. Does she have like the like a dark cherry wood or mahogany?
Let's see here.
Mahogany.
Let's see here.
Holy shit!
This kind of tone.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, she has something like that. Roughly about 3 feet tall. Yeah, she can probably supply that much to you.
Okay.
All right. And is the party willing to wait 2 or 3 days?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll get 2 tests, and if you totally crush them, you'll only need the 2. Otherwise, you might need a 3rd.
Okay.
I'm afraid you can't, bardic or guidance it because it's a long job.
Since it's 3 days, and when we spend my time on it, I'm just going to have advantage on it just by default.
That's true.
So I have this dressing gown of inspirational sleep.
Nice. Okay.
So I will get up each morning, and I will get to work on carving the statue.
Sweet. Okay, then.
I had forgotten about that and wondered why you always got advantage on these checks.
Oh, yeah, okay. So you crush it, of course.
It's Anna.
Yep.
Christ.
Comes to 27 average.
Wow.
Surprising literally no one.
Yep. Anything less than 25 would have amazed and surprised me. When I saw it first one was a 21, I'm like, oh no. No. Even with a 21, you fucking turn the average and still make it to 27. Of course. So yes, by the time you're done, you are able to produce this beautiful sculpture. It's almost lifelike, this dryad leant on the tree. Fingers and sprouting flowers and the grips of the oak that she's clinging to. And the High Noble is fucking amazed and delighted. Ciariel, on the 3rd day, looks over this finished work with absolute joy and awe, walking a slow circle around this small statue before crouching down to place a hand on its cheek. Thank you. It's beautiful.
It was fun. Thank you for asking me to do it.
I'm not just asking, paying you to do it today.
Oh, that's right.
And she will give you 50 platinum. AKA 500 gold. Yep. Heavy coins. She counts them out, places them into a little silken sack, ties it with a neat string and a little ribbon, and plonks it down in your hand.
I'm still kind of amazed with how much money she has. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I know that I am. Yeah, Anna is so ridiculously rich. It's so great.
All this money could feed could have fed my village for years.
Generations.
So long.
Just generations.
God.
You're now richer than Jeanette.
You wanted to paint too, right?
If you'd be willing to, just a small portrait.
Okay.
And yeah, it'll probably take like
An afternoon.
a few hours.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, give me a painting test. This can be,
Oh, bro, this is gonna be funny. It'll be funny because Anna doesn't pull out any kind of brushes or anything. Oh, I'm a bit tired. I guess I'm tired.
Yeah. And 50 ain't bad. As you can see that these are more novice strokes of your own, although she is delighted when she sees you using just your fingers. She's like, oh my, how novel.
I like to use my hands.
So that I can see, yes. She'll look over a bunch. It's very rough, but no less valuable for it. Yeah, okay. And yeah, she will pay you 20 gold for it.
Oh, well, I'm not expecting that to get paid for that one, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're a famous artist. You actually, you get paid. You did the work. It wasn't amazing, but makes it no less a genuine piece. Like, I'm sure everyone knows it's like all these famous artists, some of their work does look quite shit.
It's not all
Yeah,
like
it's
masterpieces.
really not. It's really not. In fact, it's a very low percentage of masterpieces to just kind of shit art. Come at me, art world. Call you out. It's just a different piece. They use different styles. Like, yeah, that's right. A worse one. It was shitter. You're one of those rare few whose work is famous even before you were dead. Yeah. Just allow you to wash up. Just offer you a cup of tea before you leave.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
She's also famous for being one of the mad women traveling with a tyrant.
Yeah, although to her you come off across as one of the more normal people of that group now, which is interesting compared to how your reputation previously painted Anna.
Yeah.
Anna's got a reputation far more fearsome than the girl herself. Yeah, you got to spend 3 days indulging in the arts in the company of a pretty elven woman who shows a genuine interest in your work. Although for the most part, she seems content to leave you to work on it. She does a lot of things, like occasionally, heads out to broker trade deals. She ensures no one who comes in bothers you at all. Occasionally plays music on top of like the physical arts. She's talented, although unarguably you're better than her because you're really fucking good.
When it comes to carving wood,
yes, her painting is superior to yours, at least at the moment. But yeah, your wood carving is off the fucking chisane.
That 12 though.
I spent the time to get expertise in it.
Yep.
I don't wear.
Yeah.
The only thing I have expertise in is receiving knots.
It's a good expertise to have.
It really is.
I mean, because that expertise does double duty for fisting as well.
Yep.
It's the gift that keeps on giving until it stops giving, then it tears.
Oof, oof, oof.
Yes. And after 3 days, Anna will come back to the part.
Yeah. The tower is as usually remembered. There are like occasionally now kids are like taking dares to come and approach it and like knock on the door and run away.
What is that prank called? I can't remember. It's been driving me crazy. I've been trying to remember it.
Ding Dong Ditch?
Yeah.
That's it.
Knockdown Ginger.
So after the first like couple of times kids do that, Thyri is just gonna like go out and sit down
see.
on the front porch in her like normal girl disguise, disguise self up, with her little like dragon baby in her lap and just do some sewing. Knit a little sweater.
Yep.
That stuff from the kids seems awfully familiar, I bet.
So yeah, she'll just like sit out there hoping some of the kids will come up and so you get to talk to them.
Tell you what, give me a persuasion test. Let's just see if you get an opportunity to start random dialogues with children.
Sure. Persuasion.
Yeah, of course. A couple of them do turn up, like, oh, God, no, you do it. No, you go up there. But eventually a young boy will come up and... Hello, miss.
Why, hello there.
Is this yours? This tower?
Yep, this is mine. I found
Is
it
it
in
here
a
forever?
dungeon.
Well, like an adventurer kind. Are you all adventurers then?
Mm-hmm.
He'll look over it. What's it called? What does it do?
This is the Fortress Adamant. It provides us with everything we need to survive out in the wilderness. Would you like to come inside?
Oh, no, I couldn't do that.
It's perfectly safe.
I don't want to get it taken away by magic, but it's very nice. It's very nice. And then I'll, like, run off.
Wait, at least let me give you some cookies.
Everyone knows that's the witch trap. And everyone knows they know better than that.
Yeah.
Come
That's in
on.
all the stalls.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah,
trying
no,
really
that's-
hard not to just do the little, like, witch giggle. But she will just kind of, like, laugh to herself and just go back and sit with her baby.
Yep.
Just resume knitting.
She's just burbling because, like, your actual physical... It probably looks really weird, you knitting in human form, because you're not holding those needles. Your hands are fucking massive compared to them now. Like, if anyone observes you closely enough, they're phasing through your fingertips.
They're like a foot higher than they should be.
Yeah. Your dragon baby sat on your knee, quote unquote, is like sat way higher up, and has his face like buried in your chest floof, which doesn't exist. So like he comes up with this conversation as well. Like he was probably getting uncanny valleyed the whole fucking time.
Uh-huh.
Poor kids.
Someone put the wrong skeleton on your model.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's how it looks. At least it's not like one of those monster ones you start trying to run around as a human-sized boreal dancer. Just start stretching horrifyingly.
Yeah. So yeah, Thyri just amuses herself by that. But like, if it ever happens again, by that time Thyri will just have like some cookies out and just keep trying to offer them to kids.
That's not creepy at all.
It
okay.
is. It's totally creepy.
Super creepy.
She just wants social interaction.
Super creepy.
Yeah. Wee. Yeah, no. People show occasional interest, but they learn that you're adventurers, that it's a temporary magical fortress. You haven't just like added a landmark just randomly outside their front fucking door.
It's fine. But she is just trying to be, exceedingly nice and open with these people.
Yeah. Good, no?
Jeanette just wants to make friends with Queth.
Yep. And, I mean, she's doing her best at learning letters. She's not the quickest individual for it. I mean, she's already an adult and is being taught her letters at quite a late point in, well, just development, as it were.
But when it comes to things that Jeanette's interested in, Jeanette is incredibly patient.
Yep. So yeah, she will continue your lessons by the end of like day 3. Oh. Well, okay, fair enough, whatever. They're great. They're delicious.
15.
You invent marshmallows. They go in the side of the cookies too. Hooray. I should have poured myself a harder drink. You can't even accept like shit tier failures, like little baby failures. Nah,
it's
like, well, I unleash the power of gods to make these cookies actually good. Sorry.
It's not your fault your friends are like this.
Yeah, I know.
Hang on. Hang on. What is that on the map?
That is a beer cup.
Yeah.
It is a beer cup.
Yep.
Why is that on the map?
I
don't know. Why
Never
is it on the map?
Before. Oh well.
One day you may find out.
That's where Keggy the beer golem lives.
Oh,
We're never
Keggy.
going to find. Yeah, we're never
You
even
gotta
going to
suck his spout.
We're never even
Bidwin's beer golem.
We're never even going to find out about the destroyed city. This right here is what we call Borks 2 content.
Yeah, I'm interested in rebuilding this map. It should be interesting, and filling it with lots of secret landmarks. And also, I mean, this whole area down here is probably going to need resculpting.
Uh-oh.
You know,
we did take like 2-3 months.
But yeah. Would anyone like to try and make checks for like gathering information on the situation to the south?
Sure.
What would that be? Investigation? Persuasion?
Persuasion, insight.
Performance.
Either of those. Or performance, yeah.
Use your tits, Viv. Use your tits.
Persuasion, insight, performance. Okay. Anyone else trying to as well? We'll see.
Oh!
Good. Goodness me. So, Jeanette, while you're like, you know, out and about shopping and teaching letters, like, you observe a lot of people. The city is nervous. First Holding is a nervous place. Like, there is this undercurrent of fear of things coming from the south. Like, monsters turning people into more of them. Like, it sounds like structures are going up. Like, they're trying to make some kind of horrifying evil town. There's no real word of what's going on, but like occasionally monsters will skirmish out from these, you know, boar soldier set borders, and they lose more people by the day.
Oh my god, we can literally turn this into Army of Darkness with your portable tower. We're just going to set up right outside of it and wait for the whistling flute skeletons to come after us.
Yes.
It's starting to sound a lot like Oceanic Raccoon City.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
I approve.
You know what? In order to give me a chance to actually fucking prepare it for real, because you guys again went south, whatever. I believe it is at that point, my lovely dears, we're going to call the session to a close. But yeah, hopefully it will live up to expectation. Because from most likely cases that this will be your last big fucking encounter of this campaign. Or encounters.
No, I don't want it to end.
Don't worry, because when it ends, something glorious will take its place.
But I also do, because Borks 2 sounds amazing. Also, could you make like a Borks 2 thing and do the invite so we can set up characters, or do you want to wait on that?
I'm going to say no, because while I've been constructing Borks 2, I keep doing things like, you know, like background testing roles and shit, and there's just a lot that I don't want randomly, like, accidentally observed and ruined.
Okay. Oh well.
Yep, it is. Although technically player insert ready, I don't want to risk spoiling anything, so it's going to remain as a hidden game for now.
Womp womp.
Operation Borkcoon City.
Borkcoon City. I love it.
No, it's Raccoon City.
Oh my god, it's even better.
Take me down to the
Operation
Raccoon City.
Where the people are zombies, but the girls are pretty. Ah, woo, won't you please take me home?
I have no idea what to do. What do I do with all this money Anna has?
You're so rich!
I don't know what to do with it. Like,
Welcome
Anna
being
has
an
no idea what to
adventurer.
do with all this money. She's got she has a literal treasure chest full of gold and platinum, and she's not
How much do you have now?
baffled. I have 116 platinum, and I have
Holy
1,000,
shit.
and I have 1,843 gold.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Yeah, she's
Invest-
rich as fuck.
Anna, invest that shit in Jarl Bulgrov's territory. Just make shit happen here. Do it.
I don't know what to. I don't know what to do
give it
with
to
all
you.
this
Should
money.
you know what you should do, Anna? Is use it so that Nana Astrid can construct a town.
No, ignore the siren's call. Give it to nice Mr. Bulgrove. Give it to Uncle Bully. He'll help.
You don't-
Uncle Bu-
You don't know who that is, but you know who Nana Astra is. Astra.
Yeah. And currently, the town that her base is built underneath, it could really use with being turned to something that would actually suit a large tiefling population.
Or you could make it so Jarl Bulgrove's territory can support a large tiefling population that doesn't use necromancy to murder bunches of people.
They don't do that.
They literally did.
Nah.
It actually
That was an
happened.
accident.
Fake news.
Yes, of course. The bowling Sarmond massacre. How could I forget?
Wrong.
Oh god. Okay, bye stream.
This is
That's
just
it. See you
solid
from
game.
Mers and Hammer.